Welcome to Girl Talk. We are filming here at one of our favorite spots. We're here at Radiance Skin Therapy. If it looks familiar, we've been here before and just love coming here. How are you guys doing today, first of all?
How are you doing?
I'm
Happy
good.
birthday to you.
Oh, we're good. You're going to sing.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, Kirsten. Yes.
Lots of things to celebrate right now.
Lots of things to celebrate. Yeah, yes. I am another year older, unfortunately. It just keeps happening. But
Another year better.
You know, yeah, life is good, so I can't complain.
You know, my favorite card to give people is another day older only matters if you're a banana. So,
There you go. Fabulous.
So you look great.
I'm sure my card's in the mail. So yes, but we have another kind of great thing to celebrate, another birthday. We are a year old here on Girl Talk, so we are starting our second season. Unfortunately, without Elise. Hi, Elise. We miss you. She's at home not feeling well.
Sick.
But you've met Lauren before. We've had fabulous Lauren joining us. She
Thank you.
just recently joined the CW, and we've just enjoyed getting to know you more. And
It's
so
been
glad.
wonderful to be here. I'm
How
so happy.
fabulous are you just like on last second?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She
Thank
just
you.
rolls out of bed looking like this. So yeah, hate mail
what I can.
can start coming to your way. No, you look great. So
Oh, thank you.
thanks for joining us
Absolutely.
and celebrating season 2. And Janet, our resident baker, has baked us up. No big deal. Whipped us up some cupcakes.
Yeah.
No biggie.
But no card, so.
So that's really cool. Thanks, Janet, for doing that.
You're welcome. They were fun to make, and I was thinking of all of you when I made them.
Well,
Special one for
thank you.
Kirsten
Yes.
on the end, a little taller.
I love it.
stiletto.
Perfectly.
The tall KJ stiletto.
Well, I need the height clearly.
Yes, you've got all kinds of signature things. She's got her heels. She does her girl talk.
Girl
you
talk.
know, yeah, this is the KJ signature.
You know, even the papers, they're kind of leopard print, KJ inspired.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I wear a lot of leopard?
I don't know. I can see
Actually,
where.
we both wear leopard that
know.
one day too, the same episode. Anyway, we should probably talk about our guests, not ourselves.
Maybe we should. Well, we've got some good ones. So speaking of being in season 2, we've had some great opportunities to talk to folks over the last year that are with charities and nonprofits and doing some wonderful things. And we've got another one today that I'm so excited to learn more about.
Really?
Heat Up Wisconsin.
I love this.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I really didn't know a lot about this program until talking to Kendall from All Comfort earlier in the week, but he's going to come share more, and I'm so excited. Did you guys know about this program?
I didn't, and I did some reading online and super impressed, super interesting and easy, and there's a really easy way you can help. And it's not giving money, because that's the first thing you think,
Right.
is they just want support
They need a little
monetarily.
involvement.
All you have to do is
get-
nominate
I
someone.
know, and it's such a great program. So we're going to talk more about that later, so make sure you stick around and watch that. We're, of course, going to check in with Anne, the master here at Radiant Skin Therapy, and kind of become one of our good friends over the last year. She's just so lovely and wonderful, and
knowledgeable. I love that.
Yeah.
She's an RN, so she's actually got this great background and decided to come into this industry, and
That's
Yeah.
really special.
very great
Definitely.
bedside manner, so to speak.
it is, and
Yeah.
it's such a tough industry because there's so much technology and changing things happening constantly in the beauty world. And so she really has to stay on top of it and know what's out there.
And sometimes, you know, as a consumer, I think it's kind of scary to be like, the latest and greatest. You're like, oh, well, I don't know if that's...
Let's let other people try
Right.
it first.
But just with Anne, with all of her education, her experience and everything, I just trust her.
Yeah. Oh, true. And the team here, and
Right.
you know, they've got so much backstories and things to look at, photos, befores and afters, and things that they can pull from other areas. And oftentimes they're the first one here in Madison, but it's coming from, you know, some of the bigger cities where they've been doing it a while and things. So
Well,
it's
you know,
really
they're
nice.
only going to offer it if it shows results. It's not like a quick money maker. Let's see how it goes.
Right, the
Yeah.
treatment du jour.
Right.
Absolutely. So very exciting. And if you haven't been to State Street in a while, you're going to want to go down there because there's a new business in town. Speaking of coming from a bigger city, that is a concept brought to us from New York City. It's called Mad City Frites. It is basically a fry shop, but it's more than that. It's really
Very
cool.
gourmet. There's so many special things there, and it's open late, 3 in the morning, so you can get this gourmet fry fix. And she's amazing. She's only 23, just out of college, and she's got
Incredible.
a business on State Street, which is just the best place to be for a lot of businesses in Madison.
Yeah.
So it's super impressive. I'm excited to talk to
Inspirational.
her.
What a go-getter.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
It's
we're going to
amazing.
chat with her and our other guests. It's all right here on Girl Talk Season 2. So stick
Season 2.
around.
Right here.
Hey, welcome to Girl Talk. We are filming at Radiant Skin Therapy on the Beltline Highway, and later on we'll meet the owner and talk about the services they offer here if you're interested and been thinking about that sort of thing. Meanwhile, we're going to start talking about frites. Now, our next guest fell in love with an idea in New York City and brought it back right here to Madison on State Street. I'd like to introduce Taylor Beebe. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having
And the
me.
name of your business is Mad City Frites.
Correct.
All right. Welcome. Tell us
Thank you.
about your experience of discovering the frites in New York and
Yep, so I
bringing it
was on a trip to New York City with my mother. It was 3 years ago now. Fell in love with pommes frites. I mean, who doesn't love
Yeah.
a good French fry?
I've heard the lines just go out the door.
They do, yeah, and especially late night. Fell in love with it, and food has always been a passion for me, and I love the city of Madison, so I decided to bring the concept back.
We're glad you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a cool place. I got to stop in and meet you, and it's just such a neat place. I kind of fell in love with it too, so we wanted to
It's
learn
fun.
more and how you came up with it.
Oh, and it's been such a big hit so far. I know I live right downtown, and we've all just been like dying to stop in, and it's been a really great addition to State Street.
It's
so,
fun, yeah, I
I'm
love
glad.
it.
I'm glad you're there.
Yeah.
So I can imagine, this has all happened so fast. What a roller coaster for you. What have been some of the biggest surprises and challenges that you've come across on this path?
The hardest thing, honestly, was just getting open.
Yeah.
All of the paperwork and everything, with licenses.
You probably
all
don't even
behind the
realize
scenes. Yeah,
everything,
you don't.
all the checklists that you need to go through.
You don't, and then the checklist just gets longer and longer
Yeah.
and longer. So, but getting open, and once we were open, things just started to kind of flow, and figured it out from there.
Yeah,
And
well,
8
good
months
for
later,
you.
it's crazy.
And you're so young to have your own business like this. We were actually discussing that before you came. Like, what a great thing! You must be incredibly proud. I think it's a really big accomplishment for anybody, let alone somebody of your age. What do you think is sort of their most proud accomplishment so far with your business?
It's hard to say. I don't think there's really one thing. But you have these moments, either closing or opening, and you just kind of are there by yourself, locking the door at night, and you just get to look at everything and say, wow, I created this.
This is
And
mine. I
that's
did
right.
this. Yeah.
So it's not really one thing in particular, but it's just the whole concept and how it all came together and worked.
all the moving parts happened, and there it is.
Right.
It's a
Right.
real live thing. Good
Right.
for you.
That's
Speaking of opening and closing, you're open till 3 a.m. sometimes.
Yes, we are.
So what are your days like? It doesn't look like you eat many of them.
I do. Trust me, I do. I eat them every day. But yeah, every day is very different. Yesterday I was boiling out fryers and cleaning fryers and
The sexy part of the job.
yeah. Elbows deep in grease and all those fun things. So every day is different, and then sitting on a talk show today. So that's one of the things that attracted me most, going into business for myself, is every day is very different.
Yeah.
So there isn't really like a normal day by any means.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, and like you said, so much has happened so fast that I bet every day there's something new
Right.
and you're learning something. And
Right.
it really sounds like you're such an involved owner too. Like you do everything from cleaning of the grease to making sure everything is going smoothly and managing. I'm sure you have to manage a lot of folks too, right?
Yep. So I have a staff right now of 7.
Okay, great. Good for you.
Yeah, they're great. Part-time college students.
Yeah.
Love them
It
all.
must be a great
Perfect.
place for a college student to be part of too.
It's fun, yeah, and it's very different. They do every day is very different for them too.
Oh,
so I
good.
think
Yeah, and they
enjoy
get to be part of this with you, so
Yeah.
that's great. They can be on that journey.
Yeah.
So, what's your kind of long-term goal? Where do you see yourself in Mad City Frites in maybe 5 to 10 years? What would you love to see then?
Most right away, I would say I'd like to get some nice beer and wine in there.
Yeah.
So I have my approval hopefully coming through September 1st. And then 5 to 10 years, I don't know, just being open.
Yeah.
Maybe not working the crazy hours that I do
there
right
you
now.
go. Sitting
but-
back a little bit, maybe.
Right.
Let's just get through football season.
do it.
Right,
Yeah.
that's kind
Make
of
it
where
that
I'm at.
far.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get through the first couple of years. Year one, when you make it past that milestone, I think is a huge deal for businesses to kind of prove that they're going to stick around. And I think your business definitely has longevity. It's such a cool place,
you.
and just from design to just a great place to stop in and a great location too. So we commend you for that's such an accomplishment.
It is, and
Yeah.
you're in it for the long haul, and we're happy to have you on stage. So,
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you.
So this is Terry Beebe from Mad City Frites on State Street. You're definitely going to want to check them out. We'll be right back. If you know someone that could use a helping hand, more specifically a new furnace for this winter, stick around and find out how you can help right here on Girl Talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming at Radiance Skin Therapy right off of Todd Drive. We have a very special guest, Kendall Richards. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So we're going to discuss a really cool program. It's hard to think of winter because it's still summer here, but it's going to be here before we know it. So Heat Up Wisconsin 2015. So really cool program, and you are, it helps people make sure they have heat, right?
Correct. Yep.
Correct.
We put in about 70 furnaces throughout the state of Wisconsin
Wow,
and the UP,
cool.
all at no charge to the recipients.
Wow.
That's awesome. So who would
amazing.
qualify for high efficiency gas furnaces at no charge?
So this isn't a state or a government program. This is, a neighborhood, neighbors helping neighbors. So it's Wisconsin dealers and the Upper Peninsula dealers of Lennox. So who qualifies is anyone who's nominated that's got a great story. We generally throw them into two big categories. Either people that have done tremendous service to their country or their community, or someone that needs just a little bit of a helping hand. They're down on their luck, they lost a job, they have some health issues, some family issues. And we look for neighbors to go online at heatupwisconsin.com and nominate them, tell a little bit of their story.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program to be involved with. I can tell you, October 3rd, the first Saturday in October, my heart just blows out of my chest. It's a great program.
It's got to be hard to decide, I'm sure.
It is hard to decide. And the good news is we have 70 dealers, so sometimes we do some traveling to get to someone who's needy in a certain area. We try to match up our dealers in the geographic with the nominations in the area that they're in.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about those nominations. So now if you know some folks that you really want to make sure that you hear about them and that maybe they can get help by Heat Up Wisconsin, what is the nomination period? When do you want to time that and let you know that you know of somebody that would be a great fit for the program?
So you can do it today.
Oh, wow.
You can do it today. You can go to heatupwisconsin.com.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes long. If you know these people and you know their story, it should take no longer than 5 or 10 minutes to write their story. The nomination period does close August 28th. That is right around the corner. Thank you guys, by the way, for allowing me some time to get the word out so people can nominate.
And even though we're not thinking winter right now because of this beautiful weather we've got, definitely want to make sure that we're thinking ahead and
Absolutely.
getting these folks in to make sure they're covered this winter. Because like you said, October already, people are already going to be struggling if they don't have heat. So we want to make sure to get out to them.
I guess a couple things on that. We're really trying to be efficient with our donation, or not donations, our putting in the furnaces. So we're looking for, furnaces that are old and inefficient. So if someone had a 10-year-old furnace and it's working fine, that's probably not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for people that really need that help. We're also looking for people that have a forced air furnace right now, forced air gas furnace right now. So there's a duct system there in place that we can go in on Saturday. Our employees, now when I say our, I mean the 70 dealers are involved. All of their employees donate their time on a Saturday morning. We go there first thing. We really make it about an experience. It's not about just putting in a furnace. We go there, dealers run it differently, but generally breakfast, we put in the furnace, we do a lunch with them. We have T-shirts that are involved. I mean, it is a community event.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's recap who the individuals involved are. You've got dealers, and you've got Lennox themselves who's donating all of these furnaces, correct?
Correct. They donate high efficiency Lennox furnaces.
And the
at no
dealers are
charge, yeah.
donating their labor and service?
So
or-
the dealers, the actual dealers, donate the materials, the supplies, and the trucks. Honeywell donates a thermostat, and the employees donate their time.
Wow.
And what we're asking is for people to go online and tell the stories about, we've done in the last year we did Grandma Foster, just someone who needed a little bit of a helping hand. The year before, it was Richard Lynch, a military person. These are just the people that we've dealt with. The year before was some active duty military husband and wife that were in the military, and they had, resources to take care of it. But really, it's two programs. It's either someone needs a helping hand or someone needs a thank you for what they've done. So it's just, don't think of, someone who's necessarily poor. It could be just someone that we want to give a thank you to.
So most important question, if people want to help, what do we do?
Okay, so going online and nominating, heatupwisconsin.com, going to our Facebook, liking it and sharing our posts. So not only do you hear about this, but your friends hear about it, that would be wonderful.
Just nominate folks.
Yep,
Very
absolutely.
cool. Well, we are out of time already, but what a cool program. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing this. And check out heatupwisconsin.com. Come right back. We're going to have Ann Hill, Radiant Skin Therapy, back in a minute here on Girl Talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming here at the fabulous Radiant Skin Therapy off of Todd Drive. And we mentioned in the beginning that we are celebrating the beginning of season 2 for Girl Talk. And how appropriate, thank you. This is the lovely Ann Hill, who you know. We've had her on many times, and she has been so gracious to have us here in her space and teaching us about all the services that you offer. So thanks so much for doing that and for enlightening us.
Absolutely, thank you.
We're going to recap a little bit, talk a little bit about some of the services we've talked about before. We're going to talk about the top 5. So you guys have so many services, those that we haven't even gotten to cover yet.
And they all feel so important.
It's true.
All
Yeah,
have a
every
place,
time you share
definitely.
something with us, we need it. We need to have it. But let's talk about the top 5. So maybe if some folks are kind of new to this industry and not sure where to start, what are the top 5 services that you offer?
So we'll start off, the first 2 kind of go side by side. It's usually Botox and fillers. Then we can go into something like the body, so all our body contouring services, and that's kind of grouped into one group, which is Cool Sculpting, Ultra, and Bella Shape. Then I would say the next favorite is something called Broadband Light, and we have talked about that before. Some people call it photofacial or IPL. And then probably I would say it's hard because there are so many kind of competing here, but then I would say something like a chemical exfoliation or a lunchtime peel or a peel would probably be next. Yeah.
And sounds convenient by the name.
Right, exactly, exactly. And that's why we do, many of those, because it isn't any downtime for people. And I think with these services, why they are popular is we can usually, not all the time, but probably 90% of the time, we can get you out, in and out, with really no downtime, and really some substantial results without having any surgery.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's what's so neat. Yeah, if you're
really
if you're
is.
not going to go the surgery route, you can really get some amazing results without having to undergo that.
Absolutely.
That sounds good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all really
Yeah.
like that instant gratification,
Right.
those instant results.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's get a little bit more into each one of these 5 services. So starting off with, more of the basics, Botox and fillers. What are some of the areas people can benefit from those services?
Sure. Botox can be done a lot of places in the face. Most common, you're going to get your forehead, between your brows, around your eyes, but we also do it in the lower part of the face because the lower part of the face has substantial problems as we get older too, as long as even in the neck, the platysmal band. So face and neck. For fillers, probably most common is temples, cheeks, kind of down around the mouth. That usually gives us a lot of problems.
To kind of give that youthful look and get rid of those smile lines.
Right,
maybe?
exactly. Maybe the under eyes. So those are more common. We don't usually use fillers in the neck. Sometimes people use filler in the hands to make those more youthful.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Right.
That's
Your hands
cool.
do give you away, don't they?
Right,
Yeah, if
yeah.
you don't take care of them.
Right, with the brown spots and with the loss of collagen. So it's an area that we don't always talk about because it's maybe not always first on people's minds. But those are really common. And Botox, honestly, it takes us a couple minutes. You've kind of seen the segment before. You're in, you're out. You really don't have downtime. And 5 to 7 days later, the wrinkles look much better.
Yeah.
I think it's good to point out that it seems obvious to us because we've been with you so many times that Botox is for eliminating wrinkles.
Right.
I can't tell you how many, especially it seems like men, I've encountered that think that Botox is for your lips.
I know, right?
And they're,
Interesting.
yeah.
There's a
Well, your
difference
husband was
between-
one of them.
Okay, well.
Because
Got shot
it's
on.
kind of like we group this together. Everybody thinks it's Botox that does the volumizing and the
Right.
minimizing of wrinkles, and they're like, I don't want to be paralyzed, and things like that. But Botox and fillers can be done so naturally that really nobody knows that you're doing it, and can be done in a gradual
Or
manner.
preventative too, which I
totally.
think is really neat. I think if you get started earlier on, so many less problems to combat later on in your life.
Absolutely, for sure. So we're lucky that we're living in this day and age when we can do something about
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
So let's get to the next one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about body contouring. You said that's one of the popular ones. I mean,
Yeah.
there's several services for that.
Yeah, totally. So we can do anything from eliminate fat without surgery. That is not instant gratification, but it's pretty close. I mean, waiting anywhere from a month to 4 is pretty good.
Definitely.
And then we can do anything from tightening to smoothing out the cellulite. So it's kind of like you have something on your body that you really don't like and you don't want to have surgery. There's absolutely people who need to have go the surgical route, but there are people who would never go the surgical route but just really have this area that they don't like. And so it gives them an option, and there really isn't any downtime with that either.
And it seems like everybody has an area that they feel that way about, even if we don't see it on
Yeah.
somebody
We all
else.
have
Everyone
something.
has their own insecurity.
Yeah.
And let's move on to BBL. So this is
Yeah.
a service that we were also excited to learn about. Talk
Right.
to us a little bit about that one.
Right. Well, it's good now that it's summer, because we'll be seeing some clients be coming in for this. But it helps with pigment, facial pigment, or hands or chest or arms. It can be done anywhere. It helps with any type of vascularities on the skin. And it also goes after water in the skin, which will produce collagen.
Sure.
Okay, so we get this kind of all over rejuvenation, and it's beautiful. We kind of clean up all that sun damage.
Oh wow, that is going to be really important coming
Yeah,
up here.
right.
Definitely.
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
cool.
And I think something that we haven't gotten to touch on a whole lot, so I want to make sure we get it in before we go, is chemical peels. We haven't talked a whole lot about them, and what are the main benefits of a chemical peel?
Right. Well, we see a lot of people for a peel or the lunchtime peels for anything from acne to anti-aging. It's going to smooth out wrinkles. It's going to build collagen. It is kind of what we call the exercise for your skin. And so as we age, our skin slows down. So it's a way to speed it up. And sometimes we need products at home, and sometimes we need to combine that with in-house. But it's something that you can do, and you can be back to work and nobody knows you have done it. And it's kind of a gradual result.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I
Fantastic.
appreciate you sharing kind of some of the main ones that are of importance, and just everything you've educated with us over the year. And make sure you check out their website, and you can always call and see if you can get a consultation with Ann and her fabulous, fabulous staff.
Yeah.
So
Thank
thanks
you.
for hosting us here.
Thank
Thanks to all of our
you.
guests.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Please join us next time on Girl Talk.